Welcome back to another Spotlight video, everybody. Today we're going to look at Annie. Just to give a little quick snippet, I was the most excited for Annie going into this set. With not knowing what she did, I was hoping for like a counter puncher type, maybe like not like a stat stick, but like someone who got stronger as the fight went on, like as in like maybe like she took damage or she kind of lose health for different like bonuses. I didn't like the throw ability on her front side, totally cool. I was super surprised that they pegged her into backups just because she's kind of a loner in the show, so it kind of doesn't really work with her very much, in my opinion. So let's get into the deck. I did have like a 4-check version of this deck, and I wasn't a big fan of it, so I scrapped it, and we kind of went with a more like traditional style deck where we're gonna use the commit ability for +2/+2 on her Titan side to use plow through enemies to get it huge and then kill people that way. So let's get into the attacks. We got 4 copies of All a Soldier Can Do. Annie is kind of a momentum based character, but we also like as much card draw as possible. So this is it's a way to fill more cards into our hand as we're playing. Annie's leg sweep throws pretty good, especially like a way to close out games, late games, because there's only so many cards that can stop throws. 3 copies of Massive Swing is just a giant stat stick. Also, if we have no momentum, it gets us momentum, and then we can use that momentum on Annie's front side to build a card. And then if we're at 9, we flip to our Titan side. Another card that just gets stronger as the game goes on is Entering the Titan Forest. It's a 4 mid 4. EX2, which is pretty good because speed is kind of hard to come around sometimes. Blitz, if we have 9 or more foundations, we draw 2 cards. Awesome. Especially in a 7-hand size character. And then Blitz, if your rival has 9 or more foundations, this attack gets +4 damage. So this actually punishes our rival for playing the game. And also we're able to flip, which is one thing some people forget about on the Titan shifters, is that it says anybody has that, except for Challenger Dick Aaron, who has a really, really bad caveat. Yeah, the rest of them are all, if anybody has 9, you flip. Open wide, it's a 4 difficulty 3 check, which I haven't been saying all that the rest of them because you can see the cards, but it's a 4 high for 3 that if it deals damage, you gain health equal to the damage dealt. So if we're able to like put our Titan side 2/2 on this, and then maybe a surprising strength which we play in the deck, give it powerful, we're able to gain a bunch of health back. And then really the main kill con of the deck is plow through enemies, a 5 mid 5. After this attack receives a damage bonus, a response speed, we get 2 speed, which is what we're going to try to plow on, pardon the term, as much damage as possible to get as much speed as possible. It is going to be worth that 2 check because there aren't a whole lot of ways to kill people and 3 check wise, but in 4 check land, there's tons of ways. Go figure, eh? Surprising Strength actually turns any of our attacks into a kill card, which is really cool. This attack gains Powerful 2 or EX2. Add this card to our momentum. So it also clears itself, which is really great. And then since we can fish backups out, when we flip, we got a medium and a small. Cool thing about this, the small, is that when we're on our Titan shifter side, we can block with this, and then we can rebuild it at the end of the combat phase. So we can always have this guy in our stage. Sort our foundations real quick. We got 8 zeros. It's a terrible shame that they're both mids. Horrifying Realization. It's probably going to be the most played card in Spotlight if you're able to. Reiner protects Berthold. Mill 1, this attack gets -3 speed. If we mill the foundation in this way, it gets -1 speed. So it's most likely going to be a commit 1-for-1, which kind of sucks. But we don't have a lot of ways to reduce speed in the 1 diff slot, so we're going to take it. Air got all that good stuff. Armin's Fate, a 1/5, flip. This attack gets +1 or -1 damage. Yeah, this foundation kind of sucks, but we need a 2 high block in our 1 slot. Also, it can also put 1 damage on plow through enemies, which gives us a speed. Breach the perimeter. Enhance commit. Your attack gets plus X speed. X equals your momentum. So more often than not, it's going to be like 2 to 3 speed on average. But we're also going to be using our momentum for other things, so we have to sequence our turn properly. Chains of plans. It's a unique response. Start of your end phase. If your rivals block 2 or more attacks this turn, add the top card of our deck to our momentum. We love getting free momentum for playing the game. Plus, that art is sick. Apathy of Annie Leonhart, 2/4, +2 mid, unique. Again, response: after you take damage from an unblocked attack, your next check to play a block gets +2. Life enhance, commit. You may use this card to block this attack. So we commit it. We can block with it. The cool thing is though, we can use that response to maybe tank an attack to get +2, and then we're kind of blocking with a +0 mid because we get +2 to our check. So some weird math, but it does come in handy. It does extend our hand size, just like the Titan Small. Titan's Pursuit, 2/5, 2 mid. Flip after your attack is completely blocked. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. We're just trying to get more and more momentum. So when we're surprising strength, the powerful onto plow through enemies, we're able to get as much damage as possible. Defend the rear, 2/5, 2 low block. Yay, low blocks. We love low blocks. Enhance commit. This attack with printed difficulty of 5 or less gets -3 speed. So basically, this is just like My Hero's version of Specialist Sound because, you know, everything in non-AOT is 5 or less for the most part. Ymir's Regeneration. Remove after you take damage from an unblocked attack. Gain 4 health. So that's pretty good when we are eating stuff to get our checks boosted by Apathy and Annie Leonhart. Then we can gain some of that back with this. Granted, we get debuilt 2 foundations for it, but in a pinch, it kind of can help us. Meeting Hanji, 3/5, 2 mid. Flip, discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. Then if you discarded a backup or Titan card this way, draw a card. If we happen to have one of our backups in our hands, it's the only way I believe we can get it, because I don't think Massive Swing has Titan on it. Nope. Which is really weird, kind of should. But if we have any of these in our hand, we get to draw 3 cards. Fun fact about this card, discarding the 2 cards is not part of the cost. So if you have no cards in hand, you can flip Meeting Hanji just to draw 2 random cards. Armored Skin, 3/5, 3 low, enhance once per turn, spend a momentum, which we're going to hopefully have a whole bunch. This attack gets X damage. X equals its check value. With those big 4 check attacks, this kind of cuts their damage in half before pumps. Also, this also gives more longevity to us because we're only a 7 hand sizer and we don't have a whole lot of health gain or ways to perfect block on these symbols. So this allows us to mitigate some of that damage. Uplifting Bond, 3/5, 3 mid. Response once per turn. After you play an attack, gain a health. If that attack deals damage, it does not count towards progressive difficulty this turn. Cool thing is that we can give our throw from Annie's front side onto something and gain a health, and it doesn't count towards progressive. Also, it allows us to string out longer in later games. Get to the stats. Like I said, Spotlight's really rough on some symbols for blocking. 64 cards, 20 attacks, 39 foundations, 3 actions, 2 backups, and then we're looking at 13, 38, 13. Like I said, this is one of those things where we're just piled on mids, which kind of sucks. So we may want to reevaluate, get rid of some of those speed debuff cards and go for DR, damage reduction, because we're going to have to try to mitigate our partial blocks as much as possible. But that's all I got today, guys. This is for the Annie Spotlight deck. Like I said, very disappointed in her character design, at least the backside, because I didn't think she should have to deal with backups. I think she should have just been more of a loner character. Granted, you know, they have to do what they do. They have to do what they do in design. So unfortunately, not everything can be a winner. So that's all I got for you. If you have anything else, leave comments down below. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share it with your friends. And then until the next one, take care.